The 2025 Super Bowl is over, and from surprise protesters to Taylor Swift getting booed, here's what you missed if you missed the game. As far as the game itself goes, it came out 40-20 with the Philadelphia Eagles being ahead and being your 2025 Super Bowl champions. And in my opinion, if it's anybody's fault, it's these two, as throughout the entire game, Patrick Mahomes couldn't complete a pass and Travis Kelce couldn't catch one. Well, until the third quarter when they finally decided to start playing. But the energy wasn't just off for Travis, as they actually booed Taylor when they put her on the big screen, which you can see here. Something that our current president felt he needed to share on his social media accounts. But that also gave Serena Williams a chance to stand up for Taylor, who would surprise everybody in the stadium later as a guest in Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. Which, by the way, was crazy, as not only was the entire stadium singing along, we also got to see another guest as SZA came out and performed alongside Kendrick. But they weren't the only guests, as during Kendrick's halftime show, we had a surprise protester storm the field. With all that being said, for Swifties who are football fans, it's going to be 7 weeks before we see the Chiefs take the field again, as the NFL won't be back until March the 12th. Of course, for Swifties, our season never ends, so we'll be looking out for anything from Taylor Swift until March. So, as always, make sure you hang out here so I can keep you posted on whatever's going on with Taylor Swift.
You know, it's a Super Bowl, so you never know what you're going to see, like Paul McCartney joined with Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah, there's the Sandman right there. One of my all-time favorites, Paul Rudd right here.
Oh, yeah.
Paul McCartney right here. Rob Manfred right here. You got a bunch. Kevin Costner now.
Pete Davidson hanging out. That's a lot of stars here today.
Let's see. Show Andy Reid. Andy Reid.
Show us the Gatorade. Show us the Gatorade. Show us the Gatorade. Show us the Gatorade. Where's the Gatorade?
You already got dunked. What color was it? What color was it?
What was it?
Don't tell me it knows all the bets.
What was it?
No, they might show a replay.
Regarding the Patrick Mahomes voodoo doll, the Eagles fan who was repeatedly poking it, I asked a New Orleans voodoo practitioner what that meant. If you haven't seen the video, here's a small clip. So many of y'all were tagging me in that video, and I saw it and I was like, what is going on? If you're just seeing my face across your For You page, basically I just cover a bunch of true spooky scary stories that people submit to me. But then I realized a while back I had gotten an email from this woman named Claudette who claimed that she practices New Orleans voodoo and that if she can ever provide any insight on any of my videos, she would love to talk more. So I sent her this video and I was like, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and this is what she sent me back. I had to get my computer because I'm just going to read you what she said because I don't want to get it wrong. So she said, in voodoo practices, dolls, we call them poppets, are often used as symbolic representations of individuals. The act of stabbing the doll is believed to inflict misfortune upon the person the poppet represents. The poppet is not inherently a tool of harm, but as a conduit of energy. Each pin, each placement carries meaning. The stomach is a center of power where strength and will reside. It is also where fear, anxiety, and doubt take root. To stab a doll in the stomach could mean many things. It could be an attempt to weaken someone's resolve, to drain their energy, to fill them with unease or pain. In some cases, it is meant to disrupt confidence, digestion, or even a person's ability to act with clarity and force.
Bradley Cooper has just arrived at the 2025 Super Bowl, supporting his home team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Bradley has arrived at the football with his daughter, but no sign yet of his girlfriend, Gigi Hadid.
That was the worst Super Bowl halftime show I've ever seen, and Kendrick fans are already saying that, oh, this is a race thing. Nobody was saying this about Beyonce's halftime show. Because Beyonce's halftime show, unlike Kendrick's, had amazing choreography. Kendrick's choreography was boring. It had amazing costume design. Kendrick's costume design was boring. It had amazing set design. Kendrick's sets were boring. And Beyonce performed a wide list of songs that actually resonate with a large portion of the US population. You can't say the same thing for Kendrick's performance. Beyonce's performance was also musically impressive. You can also not say the same thing about Kendrick's performance. I think a lot of artists nowadays think that if their art has political messaging in it, then it doesn't have to be impressive on a surface level, like musically and aesthetically, visually impressive. And that's just not and never will be true, especially for the Super Bowl halftime show. People want a halftime show that is both visually and musically impressive. And Kendrick's performance was neither of those things.
This is how much it would cost 2 people to attend the 2025 Super Bowl in New Orleans. I'll cover tickets, food, transportation, flights, and hotel, plus give you 2 options. One is Bad and Bougie and the other one is more affordable. Starting out with the tickets for the Bad and Bougie option, if you want to sit up close, front row Joe, your price tag is gonna be $35,392.85. But if you want to go with the more affordable route, sitting on section 649, row 17, your price tag is only going to be $12,784.93. In other words, a brand new Camry or a used Corolla. For food and drinks at the stadium, I would budget at least $200. Plane tickets from any major city, you're looking at about $800. For transportation using rideshare services, budget at least $120. For the hotel, the best option I found is this entire home on Expedia, $853 the night of the game. So if you want to be bad and bougie, your grand total is $37,365.85. And if you want to go with the more affordable option, your grand total is $14,757.93. What do you think? Would you do it?
So these are the last 6 Super Bowl halftime performances, and I'm kind of going to go over them a little bit. 2020 was cool. To be honest, it was kind of mid. 2021 with The Weeknd, it felt like The Weeknd didn't have a good microphone in 2021. Like, it wasn't loud. There was no bass. There was no feeling to it. Even though The Weeknd is a very good artist, 2021's halftime show, again, okay. Now, 2022 is truly one of the greatest halftime shows of all time. It's in LA. The big LA West Coast artists were the ones headlining the show. In my opinion, it was perfect work by Jay-Z to get all these artists to go to LA and put on an absolute masterclass. 2023 with Rihanna was a lot of spectacle, but it was really good. The whole world figured out that Rihanna was pregnant, including her own father. 2024 with Usher was another perfect occasion. The King of Vegas performed in Vegas for the Super Bowl. Makes sense to me. Then Kendrick this year, I'm expecting big things.
When they dump the Gatorade on the couch, and it hits you. My husband just won his bet, which means I just won a shopping spree.
Could you give us a Gatorade color prediction?
I feel like the Gatorade color would probably be green. Orange.
Orange?
Always gonna go orange.
Is that your favorite?
Canned orange is my favorite.
Canned?
Yeah, canned.
They have canned Gatorade? What?
Yeah, them canned Gatorades are elite.
We're a little twisted on this one. He says that a lot of the times the trainers will mix drink colors. So I'm thinking rainbow. And Shan told me that there's a secret with the Gatorade. She said that you can mix them and it becomes rainbow.
Sometimes you can mix, it's not gonna be rainbow. It's not rainbow. You can't have a rainbow, no.
So what color do we think it's gonna be?
I mean, let it just be red, okay? Because it might be the Chiefs.
Has anyone figured out the symbolism of the order of the dancers in this shot? I haven't seen anybody comment on it yet, and I feel like it's almost spelling something out, but I can't quite figure out what it is.
The Philadelphia Eagles just arguably had the best Super Bowl win of all time. They're the first team to record multiple Super Bowl victories against repeat-seeking teams. They did it to Tom Brady back in 2018, and they did it to Patrick Mahomes this year trying to three-peat. The second team ever to win 2 Super Bowls while posting 40-plus points in each win. Only the 1990s 49ers have been able to do this. The second largest ever halftime lead in Super Bowl history. The second largest ever Super Bowl lead in history. They were 1 sack away from the Super Bowl record of 7 sacks. Jalen Hurts becomes the first quarterback in playoff history to have 10 passing touchdowns and 10 rushing touchdowns. They put Patrick Mahomes in the largest deficit of his career. They stopped the three-peat dead in their tracks while nobody has ever been able to get to that point of three-peating. And they did it against the coach who was unable to bring them a championship in his 14 years of being an Eagles coach, Andy Reid. You have nothing else left to say about the Philadelphia Eagles this season.
Belongs to the Philadelphia Eagles. 93